Okay, yeah. So I was just listening to the previous conversation you had with the other Muslim about how Jesus didn't know the hour, only the Father knew. And you were talking about how the word oidin it also means declare, right?
Or to tell,
or like,
yes.
Or to tell, yeah. So what you're saying is, in order for there to be no like confusion, what you guys got to do is you guys got to reprint a whole new Bible just to change that one word.
What did I say that? Where did you get that from?
Well, I mean, if anybody reads that verse and everybody sees that Jesus doesn't know the hour, only the Father knows the hour. So you guys, anybody that just reads that, they're not going to think of declare or to tell. Those words doesn't exist in the English. So
you kind of breaking up, bro. You said those words doesn't exist where?
Yeah, the word tell or declare doesn't exist in that Bible. It only says no, right?
Yeah, because it was written in English. But if you wanted to go, because we still have these manuscripts in the original language that it was written in. So just like you being a Muslim, if you yourself don't understand a word in Arabic, then naturally you will go to the the Arabic dictionary to look up this word and see what it actually means. So if you know it, because this doesn't come till later in Mark, almost one of the last chapters in Mark, right? So, but if you realize through Mark, Jesus is showing his divinity, then you say, well, hold on, he supposedly don't know the hour according to this verse. Well, let me go look and see what it says in the original language and how they use this word. You will be curious because you can see through all of Mark that Jesus do actually present his divinity. Okay, so this is what happens when you cherry pick verses and you don't read things into context. Then you can have these misinterpretations about certain verses and words.
Well, I mean, what I was trying to say is just, like the word know is there, but declare or tell is not there. But you say it's in Greek. That's what it means. That's like one of the, meanings of that word.
It's a semantic range of it, yeah.
Yeah. So the problem that I have with it is, you guys got to go reprint a whole new Bible just to change one word.
No, we don't. Why you keep saying that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, did you understand what word was saying? It translates, right? It translate. We have no problem translating it to know, but the way it's being used is that it's being used to declare, just like the word translates in 1 Corinthians 2:2. Word brought this up earlier. The way it's being translated is to know. Paul says, I knew nothing except Christ crucified. Now, how is he using it? That he literally knows nothing, or that he's declaring that Christ is crucified?
But the problem that I have with it is,
Muslim, do you see that point? It's literally translating to know, but the way it's being used is to declare. Do you see that?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. You're saying it's translated to know, but in the way it's used, if you read the context, it should be declared. That's what it should mean. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but my problem is, for people to understand it that way, you would have to go back and change.
Don't say change the whole Bible and rewrite the whole Bible. We accept it being translated to know.
Okay, so then accept it that way. But the problem is,
the way know is being used is to be declared. How do you not get this?
I get what you're saying. I just repeat.
So we don't have to rewrite the whole Bible. We're accepting for what it says and reading the context.
But the problem is, any layman, right? Anybody that doesn't have very much knowledge about the whole like grammatical and the Odin and the Greek and stuff, if they don't really understand those things, any layman would read that and they would immediately see it as just no.
I have no problem with somebody reading it and Jesus is showing that Jesus saying that he doesn't know in the knowledge sense, because historically there's been two different ways to interpret it. Jesus doesn't know according to his human nature, or he knows according to declarative. He's saying he knows, he doesn't declare. So I have no problem, because you can read elsewhere in the Bible, including Mark, that he is God. So we have no problem.
Yeah, I get that, but like, you would have to be like an educated Christian to understand that. That's my problem.
I mean,
Scripture says, study to show yourself approved. So
exactly,
yes,
it's not a bad thing to educate yourself, Muslim. It's actually a good thing to educate yourself.
No, it's good. No, I agree with you. It's good. But anybody that like reads it that doesn't have all these Greek knowledge, they wouldn't see it that way, right?
I don't care like if they want to take it that way, dude, that's fine. But is it good to educate yourself and to learn more about it?
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so that's one issue. That's one issue that I have.
Muslims, should we appeal to the ignorant or to ones who have learned about it?
Well, it's not about, like, I wouldn't say it's about ignorance. It's about like, like it's more of like,
you want people to be lazy and just go off of, like
it's I wouldn't say lazy or ignorant. I would just say they have to be like hyper, like they would have to be really knowledgeable about like Greek and like. Personally, like don't but a lot of Christians that I've met, they don't know that, right?
Muslim, should we apply this standard to the Quran, where if we read the Quran the first time, we should just take the first time I read it? Like the first time I read the Quran, I found a lot of interesting things that you guys won't agree with. So should I just appeal?
Give me an example. I would like to know.
Well, this one is true because it's kind of funny. This actually goes with the topic.
Okay.
So did you know that the Quran confirms the previous scriptures?
It's a general confirmation.
So if I was to read that, would I see the word general confirmation anywhere?
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to.
Can you accept your translation of the Quran?
That's not about translation though. That's not a translation thing.
Okay. So show me where it says general confirmation.
Hold on. Let me give you the answer. So it's not a translation problem, and it's not a problem at all to begin with. It's talking about the gospel of Jesus, which Jesus was like the Injil, right? And the Torah of Moses.
Right.
We're not talking about the current Bible that you guys have today. There's a difference between the Bible and the gospel. There's a difference. So that's what when it says that. So when it says it's confirmed from the gospel and the Torah, it's talking about the original copies. It's not talking about today's.
I get it. Now you can't find any of those words anywhere in your Quran. Word, you there?
I'm
what?
here, bro.
Were we able to accept what it said in that scripture in Mark 13:32, where it said, "No one knows the hour except the Father"? Were we able to accept those words and find the meaning in the words? Now, are you able to accept what the Quran says? Does it say anywhere general confirmation or believing in the original Injil or Torah?
Well, the word Bible doesn't exist in the Quran, so automatically,
it does.
Where does it say Bible in the Quran? Where does it say that?
Kitab.
That's book, not Bible.
Bible means book.
No, Bible means a collection of books.
Bible means biblios means book.
Books, collection of books.
Yeah, it means kitab. It's the same thing.
Bro, there's a difference.
Why do you think why do you think we call the people of the book?
Yeah, you're people of the book, not the people of the books.
Okay, biblio means book. Translated into Arabic, it means kitab.
If you just look up what the word Bible is,
but that's going somewhere else. That's going somewhere else. So we'll keep it on because I don't even want to divert the topic. because DJ was trying to go somewhere with this. Go ahead, DJ. I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, no problem. That's true. I mean, by the way, Christians are called people of the book, and did they believe in, let's just say, the Torah, the Psalms, the Zabur, and the Injil? Is that multiple books or one book?
the people of the book. Well,
Which includes multiple books, right?
Well, it was the books of their time.
So we believe in multiple books. So yeah, that's fine. So like, can you show me anywhere like where any words in the Quran where it says general confirmation?
It doesn't have to say that, right?
Okay,
That's not a translation thing. That's not. It's like you're comparing apples to oranges.
Can you give me the concept anywhere where it says general confirmation?
It doesn't say that. But if you just compare it.
No, just the concept.
No, it's
asking for a verb.
Yeah, not the exact words, just the concept.
Yeah, no, I get it, but do you know how we come to the conclusion of that general confirmation? Do you know how we get to that how we get to
yeah,
that?
of course.
Sure, you're gonna
of course,
tell us.
I know, because you use circular reasoning.
Yep.
No, come on, man.
Let me guess. You generally confirm the previous scriptures because the previous scriptures, they don't agree with your Quran, but you got to generally confirm those things that agree with your Quran, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's circular reasoning. Confirmation bias.
So you're telling me you can't find the word general. You can't find the word general confirmation. You can't even find the concept general confirmation. You just want to use circular reasoning to say, oh, it's just generally confirming whatever my Quran agrees with.
Well, you gotta know, we take the Quran as the authority. So whatever the Quran says, we agree with. So if you say there's a bias, yes, we do have a bias because we believe in the truth.
Of course.
So yes, there's obviously a bias to that, of course.
The truth is not biased. The literal definition of truth is unbiased. You have to be unbiased.
By the way, Word, can you take over for a couple minutes? I gotta go do something real quick.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Okay, but all right, so I have another question, right? So, and this is in the Bible.
Hold on,
okay?
But you didn't finish what DJ was talking about.
Okay, so what other questions do you have?
Well, he was trying to demonstrate to you that you, even though words are not in the Quran, you use these words to explain what the Quran is actually saying.
Yeah, but we're not trying to replace a specific word, though.
We didn't. Hold on. If we was trying to be dishonest, now think about this. In any way, then we wouldn't put the word "no" there. If the Bible is corrupt and people have changed the Bible to make sure people, according to Muslims, know that Jesus is God, then we would not put the word "no" there if we're corrupting our Bibles. The fact that we do still leave the word "no" there is because we're being honest to the original text.
Perfect. So go with that.
That's a point for us, not a point for you. And as far as being corrupt.
So if you like the word "no," then go with the word "no." And I agree with you. I agree that only the Father knows the hour. Right? I agree with you.
You literally didn't hear anything I said, though.
I did. You said that, you guys are being honest because you're leaving the word "no" in the Bible. If you were corrupt, you would have changed that.
All right, I'm back.
I did listen to what you said.
So why are you still positing that we're saying that Jesus don't know the hour when we're telling you the exact opposite, that Jesus did know the hour? So why are you doing that?
So, I'm just going off of what your Bible says, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I'm asking you. Why are you not going on? Matter of fact, let me just show you. Let me show you Habibi. So you don't think Habibi. You Habibi. Can you see this? What happened? DJ, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I hear you.
Did he lose connection or what?
I don't know.
Muslim, you still here?
He was on the road. Huh?
Yeah, he probably lost connection. I was just when I.
How did we even get back to this?
Because he went back to it. I just wanted to show him. So I'm gonna show the people for the audience just for clarification. He might come back. He might not. If you look up the concordance 1492, Edoi or Oiden, these are the semantic range that these words can mean. And if you look here,
Strong's exhaustive.
the Strong's It says,
also in KJV.
Yeah, in the KJV, consider, knowledge, to look on, to perceive, sure, be sure, or to tell. See right here? Tell.
Yep. Also in the Strong's exhaustive as well, if you scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, Strong's exhaustive right here. I think that's just the tense.
No, it was there. No, Strong's exhaustive was right there. Yep. At the end.
Oh, yeah. Not to tell, to tell.
Yep.
Right there. So we have legitimate evidence of the context, what Jesus was meaning when he said no one knows. But let's show you something in Acts, because let me go back to the regular Bible since I got the screen up. If you go to Acts chapter 1, verse 7, they asked, well, let's read 6 and 7. So when they had come together, they began asking him, saying, Lord, is it that time that you are restoring the kingdom of it to Israel? So they're asking about the hour. But he said to them, it is not for you to know periods of time or appointed times which the Father has set by his own authority. He didn't say, no, I don't know. He says it's not up to you to know.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I was watching the whole thing. What you're saying.
Yeah. So you see, I brought up the concordance and the lexicons, and I showed you that the semantic range of that word oiden can also mean to tell or to reveal or even not to tell.
Okay. Let's say. All right. I'll grant you that. I'll say. All right. The word means declare.
You have to grant it to me. That's what it is.
Okay.
And Muslim, after you speak, I'm going to show you where you're going to see that the Son has to know the hour, right? So I'm going to show you in 1 second that the Son has to know the hour. But go ahead and make your point.
So Jesus knows the hour.
Yes, he has to. You're going to agree that the Son has to know the hour, right? Even a second grader will be able to understand this. The Word&I.
Yes,
can you do me a favor? Can you put Psalm 212 on the screen for him?
Show you, right.
And this is also, the fulfillment of this is in Revelation 6, right? So whenever you're reading the Bible, right, because the Bible will confound the so-called wise people, right? So if you're an idiot who thinks that you're smarter than God, you'll go into his word and you'll try to cut him up with his word, right? And you'll cut yourself, right?
Double-edged sword.
Yep.
Kiss the Son, he not be angry, and you perish on the way, for his wrath may be kindled quickly. How blessed are all who take refuge in him.
So whose wrath should we be scared of?
Well, obviously God, right?
What does it say right there?
Kiss the Son.
Kiss the Son, lest he become angry, and his wrath is kindled but a little bit. So what happens is Jesus comes to inherit the nations. He buys the nations with his blood. The Father gives him all authority. So right now, Jesus is at the right hand of the Father. All authority has been given to him. He comes when he's fed up, when he says that it's enough, right? So the warning in Psalm is for us to honor the Son, right? Honor the Son, lest he become angry and his wrath is kindled but a little bit. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. This is 1,000 years before Jesus.
Okay, so let's say I grant you that, right? And I say,
why would you need to grant it? Why would you need to grant it? Doesn't it say
that's what it says,
that we should be scared of the Son?
No, I'm saying, yeah, like let's say for argument's sake, I agree with you, and I say, yeah, the word means declare, and only the Father can declare the hour, right?
Yes. Now, the reason why the word is declare, another hermeneutic that you have to apply, right? Jesus is God, but he takes on the form of a servant, right? Because he's coming to pay for our sins, right? So part of him being a servant, right? In the book of Deuteronomy, which is about 1,400 years before the New Testament is written, it says that he's going to be a prophet like Moses, and he's only going to say what the Father says to him, right? So Jesus only declares what the Father says. So when we go to Acts, which the Word and I just showed you, right? He's talking about this is the what the Father has put in authority. While Jesus is walking the earth, he is a servant, right? He is fulfilling the law. He's doing everything that we should have done, right? And he's fulfilling the law perfectly so that he can remove these restrictions, right? This law which none of us can follow. So he's going to remove the law, right, and give us a new covenant, but he has to fulfill the law first. So what he's doing is he's coming, and he's coming as a servant, and he's only saying what the Father says to him. He's literally became a servant, right? Even though he's God. So that's what Jesus is doing. So when a Christian tells you that it's to declare, the Christian is not lying. That's the context of what the Old Testament says that the Messiah is going to do.
Okay,
and I'm in the Old Testament showing you this.
So what you're saying is only the Father can declare, which means there's certain things that Jesus can't do, which makes the Father more superior to him, right?
No, it's not that he can't do it. He just know his role. He can do it, but he just know his role.
Yeah,
exactly. He's. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, just like it's the Son's role to be sent to the earth and to live the life of a human, the Father doesn't do that.
Okay, so he can do it because only the Father can declare it, right?
Yeah,
no, he's just leaving. Role. He's just leaving it to the Father.
It doesn't say
Father,
that. It says only the Father can declare it, right?
So he leaves it to the Father.
Where does it say that Jesus leaves it to the Father?
In Acts 1:7.
So Muslim.
I showed you.
Yeah. The Word and I just read it to you, right? And when you look at the order of the New Testament, right, the first two texts that we have, right, are the Corinthian Creed, which comes within like months after Jesus's death, and then you have the Carmen Christi, right, where other people will say like 3 years. Our favorite hater, Bart Ehrman, will say 50 AD, right? So 17 years, right?
Yeah, I don't know where you get that.
You know, our favorite little hater. But that the second text is the Carmen Christi, right, which is Philippians 2, right, that says that Jesus was in the form of God, right? He thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but humbled himself and took on the form of a servant and humbled himself unto the death, even the death of the cross, right? So this is the second text that we have. Before we have Gospels in our hands, right? We have this Carmen Christi, this creed, right? So the Christians already know, okay, that Jesus is God, right, who took on the form of a servant. So as the New Testament, as Jesus is revealing the New Testament, he says in Matthew that he's going to send out scribes to write the New Testament. They're going to be flogged in the synagogues and all of these things. This is Matthew 23, 34 or 35, right?
Okay.
The Christians already know, right, from this point, what John means when he's saying these things, right? Now, to a Muslim that comes 700 years later that doesn't read the Old Testament or the New Testament, doesn't know what you would call in Arabic the order of Tanzil, the order of revelation, right? You're confounding yourself. You're saying Jesus doesn't know the hour, right? Without knowing that 1,000 years before Jesus came, that there's a text that says that the Son of God, right, is going to inherit the nations, and you better listen to him because his wrath may soon be kindled. And when his wrath is kindled, in Isaiah 11, which comes 700 years before Jesus, it says that he's going to unalive the wicked people. So this is in Isaiah 11:4. So right now, the Father has given all authority to Jesus. So Jesus comes back when he's ready, when he's seen enough, when he says enough, right? So, you know what I'm saying? You have to read the Bible in context so that you don't be one of the people that get confounded, right?
Can we go to that verse where the other guy said, Acts, what was it? Where he said that Jesus can also declare the hour.
I said, okay, let me show you from Acts that Jesus says it's not for them to know.
And what you're doing is you're trying to put words in his mouth. There's both of them.
No,
DJ and
I'm not putting anybody's word.
Bro, listen, calm down. They both said that the son takes this role, right? He takes this role, right? And this role of a servant is performed by the son, right? So yes, Jesus humbles himself, right? And he does what the Father tells him to do, right? And only declares what the Father tells him to declare. But that doesn't mean that he's any less God. It would be just like me and you working in an office and you being my manager, me taking on a role of working for you, right? Doesn't mean that me and you are both not humans just because you have a superior role to mine, right? It just means that in this context, right, I do what you say. So this is what both of them were trying to point out to you, right? That Jesus, the Father, and the Holy Spirit are God. These three persons are God, right? They have specific roles, right? Where they take on certain roles, right? And that's what they were explaining to you. Not saying that it's not Jesus can't do these things or it's impossible for Jesus to do these things. No, they have one will, right? And they all work with each other to accomplish the will. So there's no division in God. They have one will where they act in this manner to carry out this will. And Jesus's role is to buy humanity and save humanity. So he's the one who takes on the form of a servant, right?
Okay, so let's read that verse. So
Acts 1:7, I'm going to read it. It says, so when they had come together, the disciples, they began asking him, saying, Lord, is it at this time that you are restoring the kingdom to Israel? Because you remember God, Jesus came to preach the kingdom of the gospel, right? And then it says, but he said to them, it is not for you to know periods of time or appointed times, which the Father has set by his own authority.
So right there it says Father has set by his own authority.
Yeah, because that's the Father's role. But do you see him? But do you see Jesus saying that it's not for me to know? No, he said it's not for y'all to know.
Yeah, but my point is, it doesn't say Jesus also has the power to declare. It doesn't say that.
He has everything. So hold on. Let me ask you something. If Jesus is going to judge, because this is going to happen at the hour, the final hour, if he is going to be the one to judge, do you not think he's going to know when he's going to judge?
I mean, the Bible disagrees with it.
I'm just asking you a question, because the hour and judgment goes hand in hand. So if Jesus is the one, just hear me out. If Jesus is the one that's going to do the judging, do you think he's not going to know when he's going to do the judging?
I mean, if he's going to judge, I would assume he would know.
Exactly. So because he says that.
But we're declaring.
The Father judges no one.
We're talking about declare.
Hold on.
We're talking about declare.
Okay, that means if he's going to judge, like you just admitted, if he's going to be the one to judge, because he says it in John 5, that the Father judges no one, he has given all judgment to the Son. So the Son, Jesus, is going to be doing the judging. So that means if you go to court and the judge, you think the judge don't know when to be to court? You think you're going to go to court and the judge is not there?
Of course the judge.
Okay, so the judge do know when he's supposed to be to court to give you your sentence, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah.
So if Jesus is going to be doing the judging, then he's going to have to know by necessity when he's going to have to be there to do the judging. So by Jesus being the judge at the final hour, he have to know by necessity when he's going to be doing the judging. But what he don't do is like when the judge come in to the courtroom, right? And then the bailiff say, all rise, here comes the judge. The judge didn't say that himself because he didn't declare it. The bailiff did once he entered into the judgment. That's just like the father saying, okay, this is about to happen now. I am going to reveal this is about to happen. And now my son is coming to do the judging. That's all it is.
Yeah, but that seems like
by the way,
with the Bible.
It's not contradicting the Bible.
That's
but by the way, Word, he kind of got away from the earlier thing that we were talking about. You see, we can actually accept what the Bible says and show and actually explain the Bible. But when we came to the Quran, you didn't even give me a single verse to show your concept. But let me show one thing from the Bible, and let's see if you're honest. And if you can't be honest, then we're just going to move away from the Bible.
I think we're just going to move on, period, after this. I've been on 4.5 hours already anyway.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, though. I'm going to let you finish.
Let's see if you could be honest with this. If Christ says that he could do whatever the Father does in the same way, would that show he has the same power?
Wait, what was it? What was the question?
If Christ says he could do whatever the Father does in the same way, would that show he can do whatever the Father does?
Oh, yeah. If there's a verse that says that. But that would be contradicting your other verse, though.
It would not be contradicting. We've already went through this. See, I don't know if you can be honest with this.
Bro, I've been honest the entire time, man.
We've been showing you Bible verses and explaining Bible verses to you just for you to try to stomp pearls under your feet. And yet you couldn't even show me one verse. I'm able to read the Quran straight through. It confirms the previous scriptures. You couldn't show me one verse about the Quran saying general confirmation.
Yeah, the way we come up with that is because there's some things in the Bible that we disagree with, such as like the prophet stories.
You gotta add to your Quran. I get it.
No, it's not. We don't have to add anything to the.
Okay, so show me one Quran verse where it indicates anywhere of a general confirmation.
You don't have to add that. You don't have to.
Okay, show me. Yeah. Okay, you don't have to add it. Then show me the Quran verse.
No, if you just read the Bible, it says that Lot slept with his daughters. Jesus died on the.
That has nothing to do with the Quran. If you don't.
Yes, it does. It does.
Nothing to do with your Quran.
Then show me one Quran verse.
No.
And Muslim. Your God in your Quran gave Muhammad his stepson's wife and then got mad because he was worried about what the people thought instead of what he gave to him. So this is in Surah 33. So when the Bible tells you about Lot, right, it's not telling you, right, that Lot was perfect and to do what Lot did. Right? Lot was desperate and he made a mistake, right? That's not a good thing in the Bible, right? And you say that you can't believe this story. I can't believe that a prophet sinned. Well, your God sins. Your God tells your prophet to go and take his son-in-law's wife.
Where does it say that? Where does it say that?
This is in Surah 33. 37.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take them off. I just want these Muslims to know that when they come with these stories, just know what your God says.
He tried to throw a shot at Lot, his own prophet. So
exactly.
No, yeah, that's not a shot. That's not a shot at the. That's not a shot.
That's in the Bible, and you got to know some things in your Quran. That's not a problem. Prophets were not sinless in the Bible and in the Quran, actually. But I could show you dozens of verses where it says just straight up, it confirms our verses where it says you can't change Allah's words. Now, can you show me can you quote a single verse? Quote a single verse in your Quran that shows general confirmation.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be there.
Okay, so you don't have to believe your Quran.
They hate their Quran, man.
That's not what I said.
They hate their Quran.
The title is Thus, the title is confirmed.
Hey, Muslim, let me show you something real quick, Muslim. You see this? 4361?
Okay.
And indeed, in his second coming, talking about Isa, is truly, it says a sign here for the hour. But in Arabic it says, indeed, surely is the knowledge of the hour. Jesus knows when he's coming back in his second coming. So he has the knowledge of the hour. Even in your Quran, Jesus knows the hour when he's coming back, even according to your Quran. So please stop this madness about Jesus don't know the hour, because your Quran says he has and it is the knowledge of the hour when Jesus is coming back in his second coming. You see that?
Muslim, you gotta you gotta leave these Hafizes alone, man. DJ and TheWord&I, those are two people I don't mess with when it comes to Quran. I'm about to go back to the audience because I might mess around and get whooped myself. You know what I'm saying?
Where does it say knowledge? Where does it say no? I don't see knowledge anywhere.
It's in the Arabic.
I love you guys.
Love you, brother.
I love you guys. Peace and love. I just wanted to disturb that.
You can't break down the Arabic language word by word. It doesn't work that way.
Look. And indeed, surely is the knowledge of the hour. You see, it says the knowledge of the hour in the Arabic. See, they tried to get cute with the translation and leave that out.
Where does it say Jesus knows the hour? Where does it say that?
It's his second coming.
Who's the second coming?
Whose second coming is it talking about?
Yeah, it says the second coming of Jesus, right?
Okay, thank you. So if his second coming
knows the hour,
do you not know? Okay, if he's coming again, do he not know when he's coming again?
I'm sure he might know when he's coming again.
Okay,
but that's
so
not
he
the
does
same as
have the knowledge then. Thank you.
Yeah,
maybe he knows but that's not the hour though.
GG.
That's not the hour.
Hey, GG's. You hate your Quran, bro. You're proving the point.
Second coming and the hour is two totally different
The second coming is the hour, bro.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What?
The second coming of Jesus.
So
is
does
not
it
the
say?
hour.
So what does it say right here?
What do you think
Muslim,
hour means? What do you think hour means?
Just read that verse.
What is the hour, bro? You see, it says the knowledge of the hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Do it say second coming in the Arabic? No.
Indeed, it surely is.
The knowledge of the hour. So do not be doubtful about it and follow me.
Hour.
This
Which means
is
it's a sign. It's a sign of the hour coming.
Hey, brother.
That's what it means.
I get it. You hate your Quran, but you gotta deal with what your Quran says, brother.
Come on, man.
I see. I know you hate your Quran.
Don't play semantics.
Semantics. I'm literally reading. Hey, what we do around here, DJ? We just read, bro. All I'm doing is reading, and it says that it is because the second coming is not, like I said, they're trying to show
me the tafsir and let's see what the tafsir says.
Oh, so your Quran isn't clear now.
Now we gotta go to the top.
Now we gotta go to another man. What your Quran says.
Hey, why are you scared of the Quran, man?
Why you hate your Quran? Bro. You want to go to the tafsir.
Well,
you want to get away from your Quran.
That's what it means. Let's go to the tafsir.
You hate your Quran, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, come on,
if
bro.
you gotta do this with your Quran,
sincere heart.
Hey,
sincere heart.
Muslim. If you gotta do this with your Quran, then leave it. Just go. Just leave your Quran if you have to do all of this, because I just showed you all of this, even from our Bible and the Quran. They agree at least upon that Jesus is the knowledge of the hour. He has the knowledge of the hour because he's coming back. And if you said, well, yeah, if he's coming back, he has to know. Okay, he has the knowledge. And also from our Bible, I showed you that Jesus is going to be the one that's going to judge. So if he's going to be the one to judge on Judgment Day, then he must know what time is appointed for him to do the judgment. Okay, so either way it goes,
only the hour declares, bro. I mean, only the Father declares. Come on, you got it. That's a problem with your Bible, bro.
Declares just means, like we just went through. Declares just mean he is the one to reveal it. That doesn't mean that Jesus don't know.
Okay, Jesus knows, but he can't reveal it.
He can reveal it, but that's not his role to reveal it.
All right, man.
Yeah, we're not going to go back over
All
this.
right,
Like,
hey, you a good sport. You can come back, bro. I do have to jump off. I've been on the.
I try to be respectful.
Yeah, you're respectful.
You guys off.
Yeah, well, you're respectful. It's no good. It's all
yeah,
good.
you were good.
Yeah, we cool. But you know what you got to do right now, right? You got to watch your head.
Put your head down, yeah.
Nah, you a good sport, bro.
Watch your head.
No, you're cool, man. You weren't cussing us out, or you went full Muslim a little bit. You went like 75% Muslim.
Yeah,
but,
he went full Muslim. So let's play a little bit.
Never go full Muslim, don't do it. Never go full Muslim, don't lose it. What's full Muslim? When your brain shut off, then you say something stupid and you try to play it off. Never go full Muslim. Ding-a-ling, never go full Muslim.
Man, how many songs you got on there now?
Go full Muslim.
I got a lot. I got a lot, bro. I got something in the bag for everybody.